The scenic Yokokan Garden. This was the secondary residence of the Matsudaira family which governed the Fukui Domain. During the Edo period, it was called Osensui Yashiki, or Mansion with a Garden Pond. There is beautiful scenery here that makes for a tranquil time. It's also consistently placed high in the Japanese garden rankings, published by an American gardening magazine. We invite you to visit the scenic Yokokan Garden, a symbol of Fukui, and experience the splendor that it has to offer. The scenic Yokokan Garden. It's not clear exactly when it was built, but its first mention is in a historical document of the Fukui Domain. This record states that in 1656, a concubine of fourth-generation feudal lord Mitsumichi Matsudaira gave birth to a son in this mansion. It was in the early 18th century that the building and garden were completed in their current size. They are attributed to a major renovation by 7th-generation feudal lord Yoshinori Matsudaira. This building was a secondary residence of the feudal lord and was used as both a residence for his concubines and their children, as well as a guest house. The name Yokokan was given to it in 1884 by Shunkaku Matsudaira, a feudal lord at the time. Since before the Second World War, the Yokokan Garden has been widely recognized as one of the foremost gardens of the mid-Edo period and is also highly valued from an academic perspective. However, on July 19, 1945, the building was burned to the ground during the Fukui air raids. The grounds were also reduced in size in later reconstruction plans. In 1982, the garden was designated as a place of scenic beauty by the national government, and restoration work began. It was completed in 1993 and opened to the public. In 2004, the Fukui City History Museum was relocated next door, and the area began a new start as the Fukui Historical Garden Stroll Zone, a central place for Fukui culture and tourism. Let's start with a look at the garden. It's a stroll-through landscaped garden with hills, groves, and a large pond at the center. Various devices have been used to produce three-dimensional variation, contrasting with the large surface of the pond. In addition, the views from the bank, boats, and inside the building were also taken into consideration when constructing it. This is the Yarimizu stream that flows on the southeast side of the mansion. The wide, meandering route continues to the pond. lying across the stream, is one of the largest fieldstone bridges in Japan. These are stepping stones that continue up to the mansion. Some of the beautiful stones are what are called Antoishi from the Mikuni area of Fukui. This is the Tsukubai, a stone wash basin for tea ceremonies. It was placed here for guests to wash their hands before taking their seats for tea, and is made of volcanic tuff from Mount Asua in Fukui City. The view of the mansion across the pond over the wash basin is very picturesque. This is a so-called rock island in the pond across from the front of the mansion. Resembling a sitting animal, it serves as an accent to the scenery around it. The scenery that can be seen standing in front of this rock with the mansion reflected in the pond is one of the sights to see at the garden. Next, let's see the inside of the mansion. First, we come to the room called Kushigata no Oma. It's located on the western side and faces the pond. It gets its name from the way the sash bars on the windows and sliding doors resemble a cone. When the light from the setting sun shines on this room, the light reflecting from the pond hits the ceiling and creates a cheery atmosphere. The room beside Kushigata no Oma is called Otsugi no Ma. From this room, you have a direct view of the garden, and it has a veranda facing the pond. Small nachikuro stones cover the ground, and wash basins made of white marble are placed on top. This is Goza no Ma, the central room of the building occupied by the feudal lord. Facing west towards the pond, it is deliberately structured to provide idyllic scenery when the feudal lord sat with his back to the alcove. Also, the flax leaf pattern transom above the built-in table is a single piece of mulberry wood and features an elaborate and intricate open-work design. This room is called Kusari no Oma and is to the back of Goza no Ma. A chicken is painted on the cedar door with an open-work transom that serves as a partition between the room and the corridor. This is Otsukimi no Ma. From the moon viewing platform on the east side, you can watch the moonrise. After spending some time admiring the traditional dry landscape garden on the south side, you can gaze at the reflection of the moon in the pond on the west side from the built-in table beneath the cloud-shaped window. Also, while the mansion has a simple, non-decorative appearance overall, this gorgeous ornamental rack encrusted with limpets is an eye-catching feature. This is Oyu Dono. It is comprised of the main room with a bath, a changing room to the front, and an earthen floor room in the back where the water is boiled. Where the room faces the pond, there is a slatted bamboo veranda, and the changing room straddles the pond where it stretches to the east. The prefecture of Fukui is located in the central part of Japan. Fukui City is the capital of the prefecture. The Yokokan Garden is located in the heart of Fukui City. We hope you'll come to the Yokokan Garden and enjoy an enriching time experiencing the history of Fukui.